reflect on how the previous month went, August goals. Now let's talk about my July favorites. Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back if you're new here. My name is Sarah Jane and I live in DC and I make a lot of content on living in DC, writing and reading. So if any of that interests you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps support my channel. I just realized that I'm wearing the exact same dress that I wore in my last video, so hopefully you guys don't mind. It's from Anthropologie and it's like literally my go-to dress this summer because it makes me feel put together but like still really casual and you can just throw it on. So hopefully you guys don't mind. Today is going to be a August reset. It is so crazy that August is around the corner. I feel like this year is just flying by. I'm also really welcoming August though because it's been so hot here in the city. In July we got upwards of like 100 degrees. I was just like constantly fanning myself. So I am very much looking for like summer to kind of like peak and then slowly get a little bit cooler over the next couple weeks. So I welcome it. It just feels like the year is just skipping on by. What I like to do on my resets is I like to reflect on how the previous month went, so like my July goals, and then I kind of make some new goals for the month of August. I always split these goals into multiple categories. So I have health and wellness, social media, finance, relationships, home, and reading. I don't think I'm gonna keep that into August, but let's go ahead and reflect into July. Starting with health and wellness, I wanted to run an average of 10 miles a week. For the most part, I did actually do this, which is crazy. I, for a while, was running longer distances, like 3 or 4 miles every time I was running. Now I run less mileage, so I'm averaging like 2 or 3 miles each run, but I'm doing it more frequently, if that makes sense. And then my other health and wellness goal this month was to go to Run Club, which did not happen. I have been meaning to go to a Run Club ever since I started running, and I still want to. I just need to force myself to go do it. The one that I really wanted to go to this month met really early on a Saturday morning, and I got so close and then I was just like, I'm too tired. I prioritized my sleep, so it did not happen. Social media, post 2 times a week on TikTok. That did not happen. I went into July thinking I really wanted to use TikTok as a strategy. And I just can't, like, I love TikTok and I love consuming TikTok and I love the concept of TikTok, and when you actually make the videos, they really don't seem that hard, but the actual planning behind going into the content is just something, it's not clicking in my brain right now. I don't know if it's because it's summer, but it did not happen. So yeah, I did not get that one. Post 1 video a week on YouTube, I did do that. I was actually really proud of this because I stopped posting on YouTube back in like February or March, and just life kind of happened, and so I was like, you know, I really want to get back into YouTube, and I have been really good about posting 1 video a week. For finance, I got a bonus the previous month, which I was really happy about, and I just wanted to spend it responsibly, and I put together like a plan of how I was going to spend my bonus in multiple ways, and I stuck to that, and I was really proud of that. I am someone who I will keep like a small portion of it, like maybe 10% of the bonus, and then the rest of it I'll put into like savings or paying off something. Like, I'm not really someone who keeps that kind of money for myself. Like, I just have bigger goals that I want to achieve when it comes to my financial goals. Relationships, 6 hours of socializing per week. I did do that. I have started tracking my socialization starting about 2 months ago, and this has been really good for me because I am someone who, I will just stay at home and read all day, and there is nothing wrong with that, but I do like to socialize, and so it just reminds me to make those plans when I have like a goal like this. Hang chandelier. That did not happen. So I bought a chandelier, honestly, like a month and a half ago at this point, and it has taken forever to get here. I have called customer service 3 times. The first 2 times, they straight up pretty much lied to me and said that the chandelier was gonna ship out that week and never did. Finally, the third woman, and I talked to her last week, said, no, like, to be upfront with you, it's not shipping until August. I don't know why they told you it would come sooner. I really like the chandelier that I've picked out, and I want to keep it, and I think it's gonna make the place look a lot more aesthetically appealing. So I did not cancel the order, and I'm waiting on this order, and I just really hope it's worth it. So I had the intent to have the chandelier hung this month. It did not happen. Last category is reading, and that was read 5 books, and I did do that. Let's check my Goodreads to see how many books I read this month. I have read 7 books this month, so I have done good on that. A lot of that honestly came from the week that I spent at the beach. I think I read like 3 books while I was at the beach, so that was fabulous. So those are my July goals. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 goals. I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and plan August. So August goals. Keeping the 5 categories that I've already talked about. The first one, health and wellness. I want to maintain running on average 10 miles a week. I think this has been so good for my mental health. I have not been a runner, like literally my entire life. I have run because it has been required of me in some way or capacity, but I have not willingly run until like the last two months. And it's been so good for my mental health. It makes me feel good physically. So I want to keep that up. Social media, we're just gonna focus on posting 1 video a week on TikTok. I have been able to maintain that for a month, and I want to be able to consistently keep maintaining that. I also think I want to incorporate different types of content as I'm slowly getting back into the rhythm of posting YouTube videos. I was thinking, you know, the other night, I was like, what kind of videos do I want to post? Because I used to post a lot of videos centered around like DC life, which is still really fun and I do enjoy doing that. But I think I also want to start posting more writing vlogs. I looked up when the last time I published a writing vlog, and it was actually over a year ago, which is crazy because I honestly write almost every night. And I've been working on a book for over a year now, and I'm a little over 80,000 words. So the fact that I actually haven't really vlogged something that's been such a big part of my life is crazy to me. And it's such like an important goal of mine, like as terms of like a big goal. So I think I'm gonna start incorporating more writing vlogs and writing content because I really enjoy watching them, and I enjoy the act of writing. So I want to start including that type of content. For finance, so we're kind of in this transitional time in me and my husband's life where we are thinking about moving. We have not made any big steps yet, but if you guys have been here with me on this channel for a while, I bought my condo that I'm currently in now in 2020, back when the rates were super low and the housing market was also really affordable, and this was before housing, you know, prices shot up. So I got a great deal on this place, and at the time I was single, no man in sight, and I just thought it was gonna be me and my dog forever, which is fine. And then obviously I've gotten married, and you know, I would not mind a bigger place. It's a really great size for either one person or, you know, even a couple. It's still a really good size. But, you know, just kind of thinking long term. And so I just want to be more mindful if like we are going to make a big purchase, kind of making money moves to match that accordingly, and reflecting that in our finances. Moving on to relationships, I want to maintain the 6 hours of socialization per week. I think that was really good for me. There was one week that I actually doubled that. I had 12 hours of socialization. I did something with a friend essentially every single night except one night, and that I think was too much. I was like extremely tired when that week was over and just like crashed in the bed, and I was like, ugh, I just need to be alone and recharge. So I don't want to do that, but I think 6 to 8 hours is honestly a good sweet spot for me. Home, I want the chandelier hung. If the chandelier does not get hung this month, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna lose it because I don't lose things, but I might cancel the order, we'll see. And then for reading, I want to maintain 5 books. I think I can definitely read more than 5, but for me, reading is just something that's really enjoyable, and I try not to put any stress on it and just to do the thing that makes me enjoy it. So those are my goals for the month of August. Okay, so now let's talk about my July favorites. So for my favorites, I like to talk about my favorite book, my favorite show, and my favorite product. My favorite book that I read in the month of July, hands down, is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is part of the Part of Your World, like, trilogy. I don't know, you can read it as a standalone, but if you read all the books, there are 3 books in Part of Your World universe, then you enjoy the plotline a lot more. I absolutely loved this book. You're following Brianna, who is a doctor at this really prestigious hospital, and she is trying to be a chief of something within the hospital, and this new doctor comes in and she thinks that he is trying to steal that position from her, and she does not like it. This guy actually has no intention of stealing this position from her. He's just trying to like move on with his own personal life with things that he had going on. I loved this book because of the characters. Brianna is this like really real kind of individual who is authentic and genuine, and Jacob, who is the male protagonist, is someone who deals with social anxiety, and he's a little bit, you know, quieter, but he loves plants and he loves writing, and I just loved the mix of these two characters. I just thought they worked so well together, and I just loved their love story. It followed, they started by writing letters to one another, which I think is just such a lost art, and just everything about this book just made me so happy. I gave it 5 stars. I love this book. Like, I don't ever reread books, but I think I would reread this book one day. My favorite show in the month of July was actually the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders, which is crazy because I never thought I was gonna watch that show. I remember when the first season came out like many years ago and thinking the coaches were just so mean, and then it was all over my TikTok over the July 4th week, and I remember just being like, oh my gosh, who are all these girls and why do I need to care about them? And then I was just bored one day, like probably last week, and I was like, okay, I need to watch something, at least have it on the background. So it was intended to be a background show for me, and then I just got sucked in. The storytelling was really good. I got really invested in these girls that were trying out for the team. I love Kelsey. I love Reese. I think those were my 2 favorite characters. I really felt a lot of empathy for Victoria, because I think she was kind of going through a lot. And I don't know, I just really love how humanized, how the show humanized like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, because I feel like a lot of times you see them and they're these just like beautiful women with beautiful bodies and beautiful hair and beautiful makeup, and it just like really shows the behind the scenes of what they go through, and you know, just all of that. So that was my favorite show. My favorite product isn't actually like a makeup product or a beauty product or anything like that, which is normally what I share. My favorite product is actually going to be something different. It's a brand. It is these notebooks, the Leuchtturm 1917 notebooks. So I got a pink one and a green one, and I have just been really into journaling lately, like junk journaling, you know, talking about whatever. And now one is a work notebook and this one is a reading journal, and I have just really loved these notebooks. I use the dotted pages. I've been using my iPad for a really long time as a way to, you know, organize myself for work and like all these notes, and then recently I just really wanted to go back to pen and paper, and so I got these, and I just love them. These have been my favorite products. I have one more. It's actually Moleskine, but similar concept, and these are just my favorite. I got these a long time ago, like back in 2016, and then I don't know why I stopped using this brand, but I love this brand. They're amazing. So if you're in the need of a good notebook, these have been my favorite this month. So that is my August reset. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because it really helps support my channel, and let me know in the comments below what kind of goals and favorites that you have for the month of August, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.